Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another new episode of the Dragoncast. My name is Brian Daniels. I'm back once again with my podcast partner in crime, Victor Salazar. And it has been a year since we've had this amazing individual on the show. We have brought back, I know he's looking around like, who are you talking about?
Dude, I was just here a couple weeks ago. I want to see him too.
But we got our good friend Paul E. Niemeyer back with us once again. He is an artist. He's worked on several different things, a couple games. One game you may or may not have heard of before, called Mortal Kombat. And Paul, it's great to have you back on the show. It's been a little over a year. How the hell have you been, man? How the hell you been?
Been good, really good. A lot of things have happened. We moved. We're in a new location.
Yeah,
not too far. Yeah, we just moved closer to the grandkids. We have 5 grandkids and a 6th one in the oven.
Nice. Okay.
So,
nice.
pretty cool.
Congrats.
I apologize for my studio. It looks like it's a wreck behind me. And everything's in boxes. We're just moving into this particular space. So
you're good, man.
Yeah, we're good to go.
No, that's understandable.
It's been about a year since we last spoke to Paul, and I Paul was on our first, I guess, reboot of the show.
Our return episode.
Our return to the episode, So I remember that morning, Paul sitting, in front of the studio desk, looking all spiffy, nice clean shirt and everything, spiffy shirt with the logo on it and everything. And we said, I could be wrong here, man. Maybe it was in the pregame show. We're like, dude, if we were gonna do video, we should have shaved ourselves. 1 year later, dude, and look at this. No shaving. Don't learn nothing.
That's all you can grow in a year.
Paul looking just as spiffy. And
I didn't know it was a contest. I could have had it down to here if I known it was a contest.
But yeah, it has been a year since we've had Paul on the show, and as you said, Paul, I know you've been busy with things, and a lot of things have happened between last May and this May. Of course, unfortunately, we're still dealing with a little bit of a pandemic issue here, but we're actually in a far better place now than we were then. That's good. I know, Paul, you just got back from going to a convention. How about that? That's awesome. I did as well. Yeah.
Very interesting. I got to say, okay, first of all, it was a Trans World Haunted Attraction convention down in St. Louis. Just an amazing show. And everybody was really compliant. I gotta say, it was a really great experience. They opened up all the aisles. They took up a whole lot of space and opened up all the aisles. Everybody complied with the mask wearing, and I was really impressed with the whole haunt community. They all pulled together and really supported, safety, and there were hand cleansing stations everywhere. Boy, you can go 20 feet without, having and everybody was using them. I saw them, people using them all the time. So it was very encouraging that people were kind of getting into the mood of it. Saying, hey, gotta be safe, but there's still life to be had, and we're on the upswing here. So that was very encouraging.
That's good. Yeah,
that's good. That's
fantastic. Yeah, I had actually just got back from a convention as well. I think you and I were at a show. Different shows, but same week. And I was surprised too. That was actually my first show since since COVID, and I hadn't been to a show since March of last year. And same, I felt the same way as you did. Everybody was compliant. There were a few of the guests that did not have masks on, but it's that's their choice, right? I'm assuming that whatever their contracts are, but we actually had the owners of Squared Circle Expo on our shows. You guys can go back and watch that episode. And but it was great. Had a fun time, had a heck of a time. It was their first time having that kind of show, and it was amazing. Everybody was compliant. Things were very well spaced out, so that was a plus. And it was just kind of surreal going back to a convention again after not doing that for a very long time. And that was one thing when you told me you were in St. Louis, because I had heard of that convention before, the horror convention before. It's a great one. I haven't been to it, but I've heard good things. What was that like for you, Paul, to go? I don't know if that was your first time going to convention since you had been back, or
Oh yeah, actually it was.
what was that like stepping back into that kind of world again, man? After
Well, yeah, okay. You know, I've got a couple of rings around the tree, more than you guys. You know, so that's a concern. You know, but I'm in fairly good health, but I've had a heart attack, so I've got a heart condition. And you gotta think of all those things, and I bowed out of the haunt season last year completely, just because of that. You know, so going to the convention was kind of a flip a coin. You know, should I go? Should I not go? And I decided, oh, the hell with it. Let's, you know, follow procedure, be safe. But let's get life underway. Jesus, I can't take this crap anymore. You know,
we're so close. We're so close.
So
we're
close,
right there,
right?
you know?
Yeah.
You know, actually, I've been talking with a couple promoters yesterday. In fact, I was on the phone with like 3 different promoters yesterday who were trying to fire up shows. You know, one out in LA, down in Florida, you know, out in New York. I'm getting all over, you know, trying to get things happening.
Right.
And we all kind of agreed that we all think that there's we're on the precipice of a brand new Roaring 20s. And really, you know, everybody thinks, you know, oh, the 20s roared because of Prohibition. That's not necessarily true. Prohibition was the fuel for that perfect storm.
That movement. Yeah.
But what really fired up the party sense of the Roaring 20s was the end of the Spanish flu pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to get the hell out and party hard.
Yeah.
Right. And then the U.S. government said, hey, you know what? Let's take alcohol off the table, and really fire this party, and let's create organized crime.
Let's just piss people off even more,
right?
Yeah. That's what he did. Okay, that's a side thing.
But no, you're right.
Right. No, people are itching to get out and interact, and there's been a handful of shows that have decided, you know what, we're gonna do it. Let's get a group together, you know, and let's do it safely, and you know, just public service announcement, guys. We're close. Let's be safe. Let's get to the finish line, and let's not take a step back. Just make sure that everyone's doing what they got to go do. Hand sanitation station is great and all that good stuff.
You know, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys, I have been fully vaccinated. So it did make it for me a little bit. I felt like a weight was off my shoulders, kind of. And I'm not, you know, if you guys, and if you can, I'll say this is another PSA. If you can get fully vaccinated, please do yourself a favor and do so. It's, I mean, you know, I know a lot of people have different conditions, things like that. Honestly, just ask your doctor. I'm not a doctor, so like, do the smart thing, educate yourself on it. You know, I had to educate myself on it before I went and did it. I didn't just say, hey, I'm going to let them stick something in my arm. But like, educate yourself and then do it. I mean, you know, and I feel better. I feel like a great weight has lifted off my shoulders, especially before I went to a convention. And, you know, of course, yes, did I wear my mask? Absolutely, because that's just the respectful thing to do, you know. But other than that, I will say, I mean, yeah, Paul, it was just so great to go back and be around my people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and not having been able to do that for over a year has just been, yeah, like Victor said, itching to go back.
But you know, you use the word respectful. And I think that's kind of crucial. That's kind of key. Really what it is. It's being respectful of others. And even those who, if you don't believe in the mask or whatever, it's about being respectful. Okay, just you know, that's where I have my problem. Just be respectful. That's all it takes. You know, this is like for me. Okay. I'm involved with a design group right now, and most of them are former Disney and Universal people. Okay,
right.
Some of them are actually still have jobs in the park, and I mean like on the front lines. You know, so they're all posting, you know, how much a problem people are at Disney, but they say, hey, the government said we don't have to wear a mask. Yeah, this is private property, so you have to go along with whatever the hell we say, which would be no shoot no shirt, no shoes, no service. Kind of the same thing. No mask, no service.
No mask, no
That's
service.
how we're just be respectful of others. Oh my God, they have had to toss people out. They said they got adults acting like children. The children are looking at the adults like, oh my God, what's going? You know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right, and it puts these people in such a position. You know, they're like, hey, dude, I'm just enforcing the.
They're just doing their jobs, man.
Just doing my job.
Like, I didn't make this mask thing, and that's the thing too. You know, is that while we're on this, you know, and we'll be on this for a little bit, not the whole show, of course. Don't worry about that. But you know, it's a matter of you know, these people.
There you go. Nice.
I mean, you know, the people, these are just employees that work for a corporate company. They're not the ones that are making these policies, right? So they're just there to enforce them. So like, it's just like it's just like any job. If you work for a company, you are not the company. You're just there to make money on behalf of the company, I guess you could say. But don't kill the messenger.
Don't come at me.
The messenger. I didn't do, you know, because like I've told people before about this. Do you think I've like having to cover my face up for a year and a half? No. So
right.
I don't like it. I don't think any of us wake up and say, man, I can't wait to have a cup of coffee and put my mask on today. I can't wait to do. Nobody does that. I don't think anybody does that anyway.
This will be my last comment on this whole thing because you know we've talked enough about this. Had a year and a half of this stuff already. It was really nice. What for all of you out there, just for some sort of perspective here, okay? It was really nice not having a cold this past year and a half. So for those that believe that the masks may not be effective or it's kind of pointless or whatever the case may be, think about it in that sense. I haven't had a cold. I don't remember being sick this past year and a half. So I'm just saying, I think they're a little effective. I think they work. Just, you know, keep in mind that that's something that's a little barrier between yourself and others, and to be respectful about it. Dude, it's not the person's fault that, you know, you got to wear it. It's just the way we got to be. Private business, no shoot. Got me saying it now, Paul. No shoes, hard. No shirt, no service. And we're going to add that fourth line now. No mask.
And no shit.
Rubber baby bunny.
No shit. No shit. All right.
That,
all right.
So, what you got for us?
Look at that. Look at that. Nice segue. I love it.
Hey, it's a slideshow. It's a living slideshow. I love that.
That's cool. Tell us about that piece, Paul.
How long did that take you to make, Paul?
I got another one.
Oh, he's got another. He's got more.
Traditional. Even facing the wrong way.
Facing the wrong way.
Facing the wrong way, right? Yeah, that's it. So I said I did these. These are a commission for a fan, and it kind of gave me an idea. I said I'm going to launch this. These are fun to paint, and he just wanted to. Okay, this one he just asked for the traditional logo. He begged me to do it facing right. I'm like, dude, yeah, this is my thing, okay? okay, but this is how cool this guy was. He's going, how about if I double the money and you make me one facing right too?
That's cool.
So I did kind of a reverse, you know, like a negative, positive.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's beautiful, Paul. That's beautiful.
So here's my thing. This is what I'm going to offer up now. I thought, hey, you know what? Those are fun to do, and maybe fans would like a big old painting, an actual painting. And I thought, well, if I did these, every one of them would be unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, because they all be hand done. You know, so I'm thinking about selling those and you know, have an original painting by the Mortal Kombat artist.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. You know, it's a great idea because there's a resurgence right now in. I don't want to call Mortal Kombat retro, but I mean, it's in the early 90s, mid 90s, but there's a resurgence for retro
next
stuff.
The 30th anniversary. I think we can call it retro.
We call it retro now. See, when I think of retro, I'm thinking Pac-Man.
That's retro.
I'm thinking Atari. I wasn't thinking Mortal Kombat, but now I'm showing my age, man. But anyways,
you're talking about age around me, okay? Neither one of you are allowed.
You better watch out.
Take that back. No,
the kids at the haunted house. Oh my god, I'm turning 20. I'm feeling so old. I'm like, punch.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I've been there. I think I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
but yeah,
it's like the end of the world. I double it up that, okay?
That's funny, man.
2 times that, and then tell me how you're feeling. Oh, there goes our PG rating. Oh God.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, this is the Mortal Kombat show, man. It just ratings. What are ratings?
Let it rip. Who cares?
That's so funny, dude. But the artwork, Paul, the artwork, that's going to be well.
Controversy, okay? There, I came up with everything in the game. That was sort of good. I came up with get over here. I came up with K in combat.
This guy.
Screw all of you.
Hey. Well, they putting that coffee up there in Chicago. Oh.
You gotta ship me some of that stuff.
You got that
man.
Windy City. You got that Windy City brew up there. I don't know what you putting there.
That's hilarious,
man.
dude.
Oh man!
And I thought it was too early on my part of the world out here, man.
Right?
The Foo Fighters line. I love it, but I hate the taste.
There you go. Yeah. Love it.
So how long does it take for you to do one of those pieces, Paul? Those big.
Probably about a day. Maybe, yeah, a little less, maybe. I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Not bad at all.
Good, man. I mean, you've been doing it for quite a while now, so.
Forever.
So
that's the thing. What was really fun about doing these is that it was so old school. I realized, first of all, like getting the airbrushes out and firing them up, and I had to clean them all out. I ended up having to take a run up to Dick Blick and buy a brand new airbrush because mine were just, so old. I was like, okay, but it's so much fun, going back, kind of revisiting roots, and that's how I did everything. I was kind of a holdout. I didn't get on the computer until about 2004. But I had to. You had to be competitive. There was no way to not be on the computer and use Photoshop, and it was kind of a two-edged sword. I mean, it's like, wow, here's this great tool that allows me to do all kinds of graphic things instantly. And I don't like that. We'll just go back a couple steps and change it. And there's never a paint spill, and you never run out of paint, and what's that to like about all that? God knows I had all those things happening for 20 years prior to.
Right.
I had some paint spills. Unbelievable. I remember painting a mural of the big glowing brain in somebody's office. It was like maybe 6 feet wide and 12 feet tall, and I'm on the scaffolding, and I'm like all done, and I push the scaffolding back to take a look at it. When I do, the action of it toppled over.
Man!
All down the front of the.
Wow.
No. Wow. 20 hours worth of work, a big old
right down the middle.
No.
I would have tried to spin that somehow. I would have been like, that's the idea spewing out of the brain or something.
It's my creative interpretation.
Right?
I'll tell you, I know enough about paint now that speed. Speed is the key, man. So I saw that, and I literally took a cup of water and just threw it on the whole damn thing. Really, because I figured all the paint I had painted was already dry, and this stuff was still wet.
Oh, that's good.
And keep it wet,
burn it out
long enough to go get paper towels and stuff to water it down, and that worked. It worked. But that panicky moment when you're dropping the entire quart of paint down the front of something, you just went 20 hours on. Why, God, why?
That's a mini heart attack right there. Yeah.
Torment me.
Oof.
What did I do? Oh God. So yeah. So anyway, I'm doing these more. I just had that idea yesterday. I just finished that yesterday, actually.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah, just offer these up, and I thought that's not a bad idea.
What's been one of your favorite Mortal Kombat things you've made for somebody?
I don't know. And then here's the thing: it just kind of regenerated interest in it. So, prior to this, 2 years ago, we didn't have anything to do with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
it kind of refound me, and made its peace with me.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't end so well.
Yeah.
Okay. Arguably, possibly, the dragon logo is one of the most recognizable logos on the planet.
Yeah, it totally is.
Arguably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And yet I was so butthurt at the end of that whole thing that I've never shown that logo in my portfolio ever.
Really?
Yeah, I could have taken credit for it all along. Going, hey, I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. Go into a meeting. Hey, I'm this guy.
Yeah.
But I never did it. To me, in my back of my head, it's like there's so much explaining that has to go along with it. Okay.
Yeah.
And my career didn't suffer one way or the other.
Yeah.
Didn't matter one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing too is and I think I can speak for pretty much all video game artists back in the day. When we got done with a game, we were done with the game. Because we're working on another project. Half the time you were working on another project before you even got done with that project.
Yeah.
So your head was already wrapped around a new thing, and and we were so used to every game having a certain amount of shelf life to it that we understood that when when Satan's Hollow ran its course, that's done. And if we never see it again.
We never see it again, yeah.
Never see it again.
Well, it's just different times, man. What other projects did you have going on besides Satan's Hollow?
Well, oh God, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go back into time. While I was working on Mortal Kombat, I violated not one but 2 NDAs.
Oh my goodness!
Come on!
I know.
Not this guy.
A fine, upstanding young gentleman like myself. Where's my cape?
Right.
Blowing in the wind behind me.
Right.
He would never do that. He'd do that in a flash and greedy bastard. Well, that's what it was. It was kind of, okay. Freelancers, rule, the credo. Don't turn down work. Never turn down work. No work is to be turned down. I remember one summer, an art director I had worked for a long, long time, and I hadn't heard from her for a while. And then she called me up, and she was at a new place, and she said, "Hey, can you do event rendering?" I said, "Of course." She goes, "Okay, be down here at 9 o'clock." Okay, you got it. What the hell's event rendering? I got to find that out.
I'll figure it out when I'm there. Yeah,
I'm not joking. Yeah, you just. Yeah, exactly. It'll be revealed at the meeting. I'm sure, right? And that's really kind of how I went in. Let's see what this is. I'm going to just say yes to everything. That's a freelancer's rule. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now Mortal Kombat. So here's the course of events. I got a phone call from Greg Ferris, who was my old boss at Ballet back in '82 and '84. And then Paul Ferris was the head of the department, and then Greg was kind of under him, and then I worked for Greg. And we all conferred with Paul Ferris on everything too. It was a pretty close-knit group. It really was. That was the best. That was the best group of artists. I shouldn't say that. But this collection of incredibly talented people, all in the same room, all bouncing ideas off of each other and checking it out. Hey, what do you think of the sketch? Oh, that's pretty cool, but maybe you move that over. Oh, that'd be great. Really, we helped each other push the projects forward, either by hook or by crook or whatever, but a lot of it was just, like you just hold it up and the next cubicle. What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, great. And that's how we work. And it was just this great, fun, wonderful energy that was happening all the time. And I didn't realize how important that energy was to the creative process until it was gone. It's like everything. You always realize how important it was once it's gone, it's out of your life. That place, just such an amazing energy that was there. I remember our Christmas party. We rolled out huge sheets of ruby lips, just blood red and transparent, and we put them on the light tables and just lit the whole damn place up bright red. The entire turned off all the lights, and we just had all had ruby lit on the huge light tables. These light tables were like maybe 10 foot by 5 foot. They were huge. And there were 2 of them. Yeah, and then we put like a plastic covering over it, and that was our tables for our Christmas dinner in the apartment. That was pretty fun. Pretty nutty stuff. I don't even know if they make ruby lith anymore. There's no point. Why?
It's to have a good time, Paul. That's why. To have a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was a really, really great time. Okay, so moving a little bit fast forward to 92.
Okay.
So now Greg Ferris calls me up and he says, "Hey, come on down and work on this dragon attack." And so I go down and I have the meeting, and it was Greg Ferris and Jack Hager and Ed Boone and John Tobias and me. And handed off everything to me, and I went home and I started pumping away on it. Well, 2 days later, I get a call from Incredible Technologies, and they're like, our inside guy over at Midway. And by the way, the Incredible Technologies, those guys were all former Midway employees. When I worked there in 82 to 84, those guys, they were the programmers upstairs on the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
connected.
Yeah. So when that all hit the fan and everybody was scattered they formed Incredible Technologies.
Wow.
That worked out okay, I guess. Probably. Yeah. But okay, so now at the time, they were just in a little strip mall in Rolling Ghettos, Rolling Meadows.
Ghettos.
That was a joke, yeah, because it was like it was kind of a bedroom community with a lot of industrial parks and and strip malls and stuff. So that's where they were. So the standing joke was a Rolling Ghettos. So anyway, I went up there and we had this meeting, and they had this game, Time Killers. And so it just happened to happen.
Oh, Time Killers. Oh,
yeah,
I remember
cell
that.
sheet, huh?
That game.
29-year-old cell sheet. Yeah.
Wow.
So being greedy and hungry, because those are the two adjectives you're going to use for describe any freelancers.
Yeah.
But not in that order. It's hungry and then greedy. It's like you're more hungry than you are greedy.
That's the driving force. That's the driving force, right?
That's the driving.
Here's the thing. Yeah, if you're doing so well that you can have the luxury of being greedy, okay, that's when
you're doing something right.
Yeah, you're actually, you can be greedy. You have enough work to be greedy. God, you're my hero.
Perspectives, man. Perspectives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was always happy to have enough work to not be hungry. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But it was always feast or famine. It never failed. So again, here we're feasting now at this point. So they call me up and I come down there. And now what I'm doing for that game was I was actually painting the backgrounds for the actual game. That was actually happening on the monitor.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, completely different assignment than what I was working on in Mortal Kombat. And ironically, both both of their approaches to those games were completely opposite, yet they were both trying new technologies to be competitive. So just bear with me a little bit.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. With Mortal Kombat, they are creating all the backgrounds electronically and then filming, like Dan Pacina and Kerry, the whole group, Richard Vizio, filming all those guys and making them the characters. So you had kind of this real time thing going on in the foreground, and then electronic backgrounds created for. Time Killers did the opposite, complete and utter opposite. We created color background. Hold on, I'll grab a couple here. Pull them all out. Not all of them, I got a couple though. Right here, prehistoric times. Here we go. I like this one. Right, can you see that?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
so man, that's really
I don't know if you can see it now, but actually the dinosaur here is kind of glued onto this particular piece. This particular piece was the background, and then these pieces were all done individually, so that they can be moved around, kind of like a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Like old time animation. Like you would move the elements. You'd have foreground, middle ground, secondary, middle ground, background, and then far back. That, and then everything. As you were moving around, the background moved a little bit, but the foreground moved like this as the guys were moving back and forth. So it gave the impression of being
movement.
Movement on the
like a 3D environment, almost,
moving with the environment.
Right, yeah, but done more in the lines of like traditional animation, like Disney and that sort of thing at the time.
Yeah.
So
it's very layered. It's very layered.
Yeah,
right.
That's
layered. Very layered.
That's what I was doing.
That's actually really cool.
This was Hell.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell never looked so beautiful until
Thanks.
It looks like a morning sunset, right?
That's very pretty. Yeah. That's very pretty. I like that. Yeah.
The lava flow. The lava flow's perfect this time of year. So there's a lot of spot. See, now here's the thing. There's a lot of spot illustrations to go with it.
That's cool.
I see.
Man, that's
skulls here, and then this little guy like him.
Oh, that's cool. Man, that's really
so I mean, and so these are spot illustrations. Okay, here the Viking ship. Oh, this one here.
Ooh, I love some Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
That's the deck.
Oh, the deck. Yeah, that's cool.
The deck, where the fight actually happened.
Man, that's awesome.
And then here, this is like a. It's like a post on a deck,
That's so cool.
Man, that's awesome, man.
That's old school right there.
And this
look at that.
Behind
that's awesome.
And the whole time, all it did was this. It's kind of bobbing back.
No, but it gave it that impression that we're looking for. It's like something different, something new in a video game.
Fun stuff,
Man, that's crazy.
So these were happening fast, really. Here's some more.
Wow.
Okay, here, like just simple stuff like a pile of rope.
Look at
that was on the deck. It had to be done, and it also had to move with the people. And it was a very simple program. I mean, know.
Yeah.
So we were kind of either had to do a linear like this. Say, or horizontal, so you can move back and forth, so the program could switch it back and forth. If you did, or organic stuff was great because you could just move that around and So it really lent itself well to what they were trying to do. So now their characters, the actual characters that were doing the fighting, they were generated electronically, which was the complete opposite of what Mortal Kombat
did. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I was peripherally involved with both of those processes.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood what was going on, and I'm presenting that. I'm providing artwork for that particular process. Oh, this is a favorite. This was kind of the
that's cool.
Yeah,
Blade Runner world.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I dig that.
I love it.
That was a lot of fun. These are a lot of fun to do, you know.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But the trouble is that the deadline was just so nuts. I really screwed myself over. Trying to believe, you know, you did this to yourself. Yeah. So I took both jobs, and I'm like, look at me, cranking. Literally, I had Mortal Kombat on one desk and Time Killers on the other.
Man.
And so now,
wow.
Yeah, and I don't dare let either company know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking, am I violating anything? You know, who am I telling? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling me the secret about the other thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's the thing, keeping secrets as a freelancer is pretty much job one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with the job, huh?
I didn't
Yeah,
last
comes with
40 years
territory.
by blowing everybody's secret. Okay. That was my ultra secret. What I'm telling you right now was my ultra secret. I went to lunch with my lawyer while that was all going on one day. And
oh, wow.
And I'm like bragging, dumbass.
You're not supposed to
competition of each other. I'm doing them bow. He's going, shut up. Wait for surgery. Shut up.
We don't speak about this again. That's it. It never happened.
Oh,
how do you tell the guy that talks too much to not talk anymore?
Oh, man.
And I'm like, that was wrong.
Wait, what? I can't do that? Man.
Can I do that?
Yeah, right.
That's so funny, man.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I've always said that, man, if I ever actually had to work in the, like, if I was responsible for creating video games in the industry, and I knew, I'm bad at keeping secrets. I can't even tell, I can't even buy or do something, a surprise for my wife. I can't hold it. I'm like, I got you something really cool for your birthday. But I'm going to tell you what it is anyway.
2 months away.
I am the absolute worst at like keeping something a secret. And if they had to pay me, it didn't matter how much they'd pay me. They'd be like, oh, I'm not supposed to tell anybody about this cool game I'm doing right now. Which
it's hard, dude.
I couldn't do it, man. I would ruin all the surprises. I would ruin all the surprises in the video game world. Like, oh yeah, let me tell you about this cool fighting game I'm doing. Oh wait, I can't tell you that. Oh, it's a fighting game. Shit, I can't tell you that either.
Right.
It's like Fight Club, man. It's like Fight Club. You can't
talk about it.
You know, it's funny. I literally have 9 jobs in house right now. Again, feast or famine never fails. You know?
Oh yeah.
And I literally can't. I mean, there's like 7 of them. I can't even mention. I can't even talk anything about them. I'd love to talk. I would love. One's
He's like, I would love.
I'm finally doing a pinball game.
I couldn't do that.
Damn pinball.
I could not do that, Paul. I couldn't do it, man. I could not.
Nah, we'd have to. I've seen some of those posts on your Facebook page, man, where you're like, I think you're telling your wife something like, I got a surprise for you, or your wife saying something along the lines of, Brian's at it again.
Yeah,
he just went to go got something. I don't know what it is, but he's bringing something home.
Who knows what the hell?
Like, what?
Dude, I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
Ask no questions, get no lies. So now back to Time Killers. So and Mortal Kombat and that whole thing. So now it turns out that there's an internal rivalry between Incredible Technologies and the boys over at Midway.
Oh boy.
Where did that stem from?
Well, you know, and of course everybody's got connections. We all know each other. Everybody knows each other. We're you know, former compatriots. You know, now we find ourselves on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
You know, opposing each other, and me riding the fence between the two of them. Interesting. So here's what happened. The guys over at Incredible Technologies are going, our inside guy over at Midway.
Our inside guy, huh?
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, oh shit, inside guy.
Who's the inside guy?
It's like, who are they talking about? Fill me in, guys.
I don't know. I never did find out who that was.
That sounds like it sounds like you were in the middle of like a conflict, like Desert Storm or something. Like, here I am,
Right?
Okay. Funny you should say that too, because I'm going to segue another story.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is so me. I swear.
No,
we live for this
stuff,
man. We live for this stuff. We want to hear the stories.
I'm an ADHD poster child who's jumping around everywhere. Okay. So now when I first started at Bally, Bally Midway.
Yeah.
I was so green. I was a farm kid. Okay, and I went to school in another little farm town. So I got there and I'd worked at a little sign shop on the south side somewhere, and suddenly I'm thrust into Valley Midway. It never really registered. It really didn't for a long time. I was long gone from there before it actually dawned on me how widespread everything we were doing. That I'm still looking at. The people are still looking at more, Satan's Hollow and Mortal Kombat and all those crazy games 30 odd years ago. What the hell? I would have never, in my wildest imagination, thought that was going to happen.
Right, no
doubt. Okay, so now, so Mortal Kombat, they're like, we got to bump up the production here. Okay, great. Okay. So I'm working late night, sleep deprivation. I get a phone call from Incredible Technology. Our inside guy says that they're bumping up production over there. You got, whoever's working on this stuff is cranking that crap out. It's me. I'm the one cranking the shit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Work harder, faster.
That's wonderful.
I was my own enemy.
I was going to say, you had to have been your own enemy. You're
worst enemy.
Your own production to go up.
Yeah. Okay. So literally,
the
production schedule. I know.
That's wonderful. This guy over here. Oh man.
For yourself again, Paul. So now here's the timing of the everybody's like, ramp it up. They're cranking over there. I'm cranking over there.
Well, you got to crank it here now. Let's go.
You need to crank it up. I am.
I'm doing it.
Wait a minute. Wrong person to say that. I will be cranking it up. So it got so crazy. I call up my good friend Rich Lowe, a fantastic illustrator, and I said, dude, you gotta bail my ass out here, and Rich ended up he painted half of the Time Killer backgrounds.
Wow.
Yeah. He did. He did the medieval castle. He did the space deck. Forget what the other ones were. Anyway, but I think he did 4, and I did 4 or 5.
Oh wow.
Like yeah. I had to bring him in. There was no way I was going to be able to get. Okay, well, you see the level that I was painting at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and now keep in mind that I'm doing the Mortal Kombat production art, which is like doing surgery. Back in the day, it was like doing surgery. It was that tight and that clean, and it was all hand done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot. And I look back at that stuff now, and I'm like, we had the patience of saints. What the hell? I couldn't do it now.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, no, I don't. That stuff. Staying up till 4 a.m. every night. That was like a badge of honor. Yeah, man. We cranked it out. It took till 4 a.m, but mine. I did it.
Yeah, I did it.
It really was. It was a great feeling of accomplishment, and boy, you see the game come out. It's so exciting.
That's got to be cool, man. Like that's and I'm sure that's how you feel about games like Satan's Hollow and Mortal Kombat, especially because that that was something big that you were. Well, it wasn't necessarily big then that you were a part of, and as you said, you could not even have imagined 30 years later how extensive this would get, and you know, the dragon logo that you helped make there was, amazing. And you probably never even imagined that you were kind of making like, I would say essentially like the Nike logo of fighting games, right? Like
Right,
that's kind of how to look at it. Like it is.
history. Yeah, you're making
It's
history.
it's the most iconic logo. I would say it is. I dare
It's
I
one
say
of the
it's
most,
the
definitely.
iconic logo, the most iconic logo in the realm of fighting games, at least.
Arguably, for sure.
I mean,
and
you know,
probably the most recognizable. Here's the thing.
absolutely.
My wife literally knew nothing about Mortal Kombat. Nothing. Couldn't play video games. Nothing. You know? So I kind of had to explain, which is kind of good. She keeps me pretty grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, so why is that important?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Because somebody thinks it is. Shut up. Work with me.
I'm curious. Have you? I gotta ask you. Have you seen the new movie?
Yes, I have.
What did you think about it?
Well, some fans invited me over, and I thought that was just great. We had I posted some pictures on Facebook of us. And it's funny because we're all such fans. At the end of it, I'm pretty sure this isn't a 4.5-hour movie because
right.
We kept stopping it and going, okay, now what do you think of that?
I love it.
We're
That's
like,
funny,
all right, let's back it up a couple, and then we're back in again.
I love it.
4.5 hours it took to watch that damn movie.
That's great, though.
Okay, so here, I don't want to say what was the other, but the first 10 minutes is phenomenal. The first 10 minutes, wow! I watched that over and over.
That was great.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, when we open up and it says Japan, 1657. Oh, we're on. It's on. Oh, fuck yeah! I'm like, now you know how to start a movie. God damn it!
Oh yeah, I agree.
Right. I'm like, let's see what you're trotting out here, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
You're like
that whole intro was just awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. If the next 80 minutes is like that first 10 minutes, it wasn't.
That I agree with. I absolutely agree with that.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't.
It didn't have the cinematography. It didn't have the awesomeness of the first 15 minutes or so, but it was a fun ride. I'll admit that it was a fun ride because I enjoyed watching it from beginning to end. But that intro blew me away. It was so good. But it was a fun ride. It was fun.
In my opinion, the rest of the movie was a little bit too in love with itself.
I like that. I like that. What you just said there. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, a little too in love with itself. It reminded me, and boy, I'm really showing my age here. I worked on Star Trek V, and the whole Star. Yeah. And
that's really cool. Nice.
Anyway,
for real, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I was a huge Trekkie back in the day. Anyway, I remember I got hired for the gig. I came in and they had some art director done some comps, and I walked in. I took a look and I went, "Why are you using the Enterprise that was destroyed in the Genesis planet on the third movie? Why are you using that?" And they're like, "You are so fucking hired." none of us want to be. They're all looking at me. Great. How did you know that? You are so our guy. Oh my god,
dude! Yes.
I'm walking and going, well, this gig's great, but you're using the wrong Enterprise because you got the thing.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
I remember Iris jumping up from her desk. I could just hug you. Please do this job. Okay.
What did they have you do on Star Trek V? I had no idea.
Actually, I was doing like
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
I was working. I did point of purchase display stuff. I did like coordinating tertiary elements. None of this is making any. It doesn't sound glamorous at all. Tertiary elements. What the fuck is that? Okay. Basically, I did artwork that was on cereal boxes and end aisle displays, and it was all the promotional stuff for the movie that supported the movie. That sold products associated with the movie, et cetera, point of purchase display stuff.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I hear you. That's cool. That's like all the packaging stuff, right? For merchandise of
Yeah.
all kinds.
Yeah, and
That's
actually,
awesome,
what I did was more like I made the violators that would on Star Trek V, it was like a big old Enterprise zooming in on the box of Frosted Flakes or something. That's what I did. A lot.
That's cool. That's cool though. That's cool.
Man, that's awesome.
Cool.
Man.
Yeah, all my clients were recession proof. They were like, it was liquor and candy and cereal. People are depressed. They eat cereal, they buy candy, drink liquor. People are happy. Let's eat some cereal, candy. Can't go wrong. Can't miss. Love it. Yeah,
good stuff.
you're always busy.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so that was kind of my client base by accident. I didn't plan that.
That's fantastic. Man.
Worked out okay. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. So Star Trek V, what reminded me, getting back to Mortal Kombat, it reminded me of the first Star Trek movie, where that damn movie was so in love with itself. All I could do was you do slow pans over the control panels inside on the deck. And all the cast members are going, shit, you press buttons and shit really happened. I mean, it was a real computer. The blinking lights with some guy in the back going.
That's funny, dude.
That is funny.
That's great.
But that movie was in love with itself, and that's why it was such a big old flopola, But luckily, the franchise was so strong. Who cares? They were going to make more.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with this one.
Yeah.
And you saw it like Mortal Kombat. Okay. At the end of it, you had that Johnny Cage Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
With the little pamphlet, and he goes, Johnny Cage turned around, and it flies away, setting herself up for the old sequel.
Yeah, right.
I thought for me, what was about that movie that was, I mean, if that movie had only been as good as the first 15 minutes, it would have been
a masterpiece.
But
been a masterpiece.
But I will say that, and I've said this again, and if you've ever seen a video game movie, don't set your expectations too high, because they all kind of there's a certain bar that they don't want to ever go above for some reason.
The premise is you're making a movie about a video game,
right?
Yeah. And we talked about that last time too.
Kind of hobbled yourself before you.
And it's so funny because when I see people that I know, they're like, "Well, they didn't talk about Outworld and they didn't do this." I'm like, "Whoa! You're taking it too seriously. Like, do not take the video game movies too seriously." And I had seen so many people do that. Like, it's a video game movie. Strap yourself in. It's gonna be an interesting experience. And just enjoy the content for what it is.
What it is, yeah.
And don't do this, because I feel like a lot of people with those kind of movies, video game movies, especially for some reason with Mortal Kombat, and I get that Mortal Kombat is by far and away one of the most iconic video game fighting games ever made, but it's kind of like when somebody makes a movie about a book, like a very popular book, and then you have those people that go see it and they're like, oh, well, they missed page 3 of chapter 4. They didn't get this guy right. Don't do video game movies like you would do reading a book and going and see the movie. It's not the same. Like, these are
we talked about this in our last show, man. What's the story on Mortal Kombat, dude? Remember the first game, you had one paragraph of story, and that was it.
Over the place, and they're intended to be all over the place. Yeah. And
it's evolved and it's become its own entity. It's spurned all kinds of side scenarios. You've got a zillion videos out there of little people fan art. I mean, I'm amazed at some of the fan videos that they have put together. Production quality is just kick-ass. You're like, wow, and this is done by some fans.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they'll explore alternative scenarios with the characters, and which just tells me they're very invested into the franchise and the characters and seeing new characters. And the franchise is such that it has an endless expansion. You know, oh, you want some more new characters? Who cares?
We'll make some.
You can do that. New characters, perfect, excellent. Who doesn't want more characters to play with and different powers?
Which I thought was really ironic because when they introduced the new guy, I forget his name already. I've only
right, yeah.
And I'm like,
the whole movie sees through his eyes.
Cole, yes. And when they introduced Cole, and everybody's like, I didn't like the Cole guy. Like, have you ever played a Mortal Kombat game? Do you know how many new characters they made for each of those games? Like, I don't know about you, but I love Mortal Kombat 3. It's also one of my favorites. And I love Stryker. Yeah, everybody gives Stryker shit. He's the dude. I'm sure you might know him talking about. He's got backwards hat. He's a cop.
Cabal was my guy. Cabal was my guy.
I love Stryker. And nobody, like, did you guys not remember, like, when they added so many characters to each new game? So I thought it was kind of neat to have them add a different new character to a Mortal Kombat movie. I thought it was kind of neat. Although
no, and with each new character, they added another chunk of story to it too. And that's kind of what got it a little convoluted, where the universe is just so big now. But that a lot of people are expecting to get those little nuances of the story into one movie, and that's not going to happen, dude. It's just not going to happen.
I'm still waiting for my character. Ray Mine, okay, which is Niemeyer backwards, okay. That's my character's name, Ray Mine.
Hey, I like that.
What's my goddamn character?
Let's go.
There we go.
But when you said the movie
was, will never do that.
But when
dude, you're Raiden. You don't take the hat off. That's
man.
I can do that.
But you got Ray in there. I'm just saying.
But when I can do that. Right. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. I like Raiden.
Nice.
There you go, man.
But when you said the movie was falling in love with itself, you're right, because for me it was about when they would be like flawless victory or all that. I'm like, okay, like it's
they
like we know there's references, so you have to get the references in there.
Yeah, right. They were
just way too exaggerated.
Get over here. Oh, there it is.
I like that, but like,
no, the way you bring stuff back. The way you bring stuff back, flawless victory. That was so it's a checklist, man. The way you bring things back is so subtle, man. Subtle, but it's so impactful. Right after the get over here with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, man, the background music had the original track playing, dude.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That was amazing. That was awesome. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there was a lot of homage that was paid.
There was.
Original,
there was,
there really was, and I liked that. And even though that might have been wrapped up in some of the love affair, but that's okay. I mean, they dwell a lot on background stories and such, and some of them were really. I mean, I like the Jax, the Sub-Zero and Jax thing. And then you set him up, and he's motivated with revenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked all that stuff.
I mean, for me with Mortal Kombat, it's been cheesy. The whole series. You got babalities, friendships. I mean, come on, man. Like, it's a cheesy.
Yeah.
They're cheesy but fun and brutal fighting.
That's why I say fun, man. That's why I say fun.
There's always going to be
it was a fun ride.
Moments. Every franchise is gonna generate some painful, cringy.
No, you're right, bro.
Right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely, man.
If I were to go Dragon Ball Z, you'd all go, "Oh, I got my cringy." Everybody, whatever it is, you got your cringy moment, something. There's always something I wish.
Yes. Oh yes. But yeah,
you know what it is? It's the motivation to expand and push forward the franchise.
Yeah.
So
of course,
not every idea is gold. But the franchise is gold, so it's going to support it. So that's why you end up having characters that are cringeworthy, in a franchise, because the franchise is so powerful. Even though the character is a piece of crap, it's going to float anyway because the franchise.
Yeah, the franchise is so strong that they're allowed to venture off and try different things, and not everything's going to stick.
Right.
Or I should say, not everything's going to land well, because the babality stuff was just ridiculous. The friendship. Remember that? That kind of stuff. I was like, but
man. Right.
They gave it a shot. They went for it.
Yeah. It's a thing.
And go for it, man.
Right.
You gotta go for it.
Right. That's it. That's exactly it. And again, too, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be, the people that they're gonna love it no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
No matter what, it's the best movie I've ever seen. Have you seen it? No,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's
and then there's a guy that it's a piece of crap. It's all I knew it was going to be a piece of crap. Shut up. So for me, it's like we waited 16 years for this, and that's cool. Yeah. Right? No, more than that. 20.
Oh, we waited a long time for that.
It was a long time.
I don't know. Decades flying by.
90s, brother. Oh yeah.
I can do a decade in my head.
It's been a long time ago.
No,
but yeah, I mean,
oh God, yeah, I lost a decade there. But still, the point being, a long time for a movie. And the nice thing here is the graphics, and you've got the technology to pull off a lot of the stuff that couldn't be done in that first movie. That's fine. That's good. It's fun. Maybe they dwelled on that a little bit much. Like I said, that's part of the being in love with yourself thing. But I don't know. I'm pretty forgiving for all of that. Let's face it. We waited a long time for this movie, and it was a lot of fun. And I had a good time watching it, and we had a lot of laughs. And who cares?
And that's it, man. That's all that matters, right there. Did you enjoy it or not?
Yeah. I mean,
no.
That's just how it's always been when I watch video game movies. Is I'm not gonna be overly critical. I'm not gonna
What the hell were you expecting? What'd you come for?
It's not gonna be an Oscar-worthy movie, probably. I mean, come on, man. I'm not here.
It's a fun little romp.
Let's go. I mean, take
me. Roller coaster. Right.
Show me your version of Mortal Kombat. I would love to see it. Like,
right?
That's kind of how I'm at. That's kind of how I'm with it.
No, that's the mentality you have to have with the video game movies, because that's just the only mentality where you can actually enjoy it, man. Because if you're gonna go in there thinking about, oh man, they missed, this, or they missed that, or they missed this, or they missed that, dude, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're not even enjoying the movie anymore, dude.
And Paul, I'm sure you've had to have.
It's like, it's like.
I'm sure you've had to have that kind of mentality too, Paul, with like the art you've created. You're just kind of like, I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see what happens. Let's put some paint together and we'll see what happens.
And don't take yourself so seriously.
Right.
Like for me, it's like you got on the roller coaster and you rode the roller coaster. You got off the roller coaster and you expected the intellectual and in-depth response of seeing King Lear.
Yeah, right.
It's a fucking roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. Just enjoy the roller coaster.
Enjoy the ride, man.
Not King Lear.
Yeah.
I was promised 2.2 G's. I got 2.1. What? Nah, come on, guys.
Like, come on now.
Well, there's always that guy. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you fall off?
I'm telling you, man. Just take it for what it's
right
worth.
In front of the roller coaster. I don't know how that happened. I know how it happened. So okay, well we got lots of stuff here.
Yeah, show us some of your art. Show us
back in time.
Let's go.
So yeah, I'm going go way back here.
Yeah.
To the very first game that I got to do that was all my artwork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was this game right here.
Satan's Hollow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
This is actually a prototype header.
Wow.
Yeah. There are only two of them. And I had a really good buddy that one day he was in my studio and he's going, "You did Satan's Hollow?" Yeah, he was when I was looking for work, he said, I'm so depressed. He goes, I go to the train station, and my big, thing to get all the angst out was to play the shit out of Satan's Hollow. And he goes, oh my God, that game, you have no idea what that game meant to me. So, and I had 2 of these. I said, well, here, let it mean something more to you. You can have one of the prototypes. So he's like, oh my God.
That's so cool.
So that's so cool. So, but it's funny, because I mean, we've been friends 20 years and he never knew that. So that was a nice little surprise,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the prototype that I did when I cut all the color screens and we had the prototypes made. So I had actually screwed up. And the first prototype was this. And I
nice.
I called the color wrong, and you see how yellow that.
It's got
That's
yellow.
gorgeous, man.
Yeah, and I was thinking, well, the difference between the two. I'm gonna see them.
Yeah, I see.
I see it now.
Can I do this here? Is that working at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're good.
Sorry, I got that stupid reflection going on here. What the hell? Let's see if we can get
There
that.
you go.
There you go.
Yeah, the top one definitely looks more hellish,
So anyway, I just called the colors wrong. It's my first game.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
That's awesome, man.
So I remember, Paul Throws came by and I'd done that more yellow one, the first one. And I said, yeah, I was thinking, it was backlit. I wanted it to be really bright. And he's going, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Make that more orange. Okay.
Yeah.
It was funny because that was how the thing was pretty much done. It was real shooting from the hip, and
of course.
So here we go. This would be what, 39-year-old marker rendering.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I had the original marker rendering of the header for Satan's Hollow.
Man, that's
so
awesome.
Cool. Right?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So I kept everything. I did. I just kept everything. I was just such a pack rat. And I'm so glad I did, because nobody kept anything. Nobody kept anything. That's too bad.
Man.
That is so cool to have some of that original artwork like that.
Yeah. So still have the, what?
The cabinet.
That help? Yeah, well, that's much better. Okay, good. Not so much reflection on that.
There we go.
Yeah. So so here's the original cell sheet, and Doug Watson, pinball god and good friend, did this dragon and also did this little oil painting of Satan here for the cell sheet.
That's cool.
And I was supposed to have done all this, but the production got moved up, and I was just bogged down with cranking out the production. And they asked him to step in, and he did. And that's what happened there. So here was a prototype shot of the game, and actually, you notice that the control panel is not on.
It's not on, yeah.
No, and
wow.
This was actually a comp I had done just so you get this picture, and we threw all this together. I mean, the only artwork that actually existed was this, and I had just gotten the side panel done.
Yeah.
And I remember that this was a comp. This was a comp we had made up just so we get the photo of the, that's how things were done back then.
That's so cool.
Just piece it together on the fly, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Aha. Hold on there, Babaloo. I have the control panel.
Oh,
look at that. That's cool.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Man, that's so cool, Paul.
So
I love that.
My compatriots in the art department named these the leather chickens. For some reason they thought it looked like leather chickens, and I don't know.
That's
fun.
awesome.
We had fun. Yeah. So this is my very, very, very first game that I got to do all the artwork on, which I was just thrilled about, because I really didn't expect that to happen. When I started at Bally Midway, I was the youngster. I was like maybe 23 years old, 24 years old. Kid. Wow. No shit. You know, I worked at a sign company for 2 years. That was my first job out of school. You know,
Man, that's awesome.
yeah.
Imagine.
I remember spending my nights at home in my little apartment, you know, making sci-fi and you know, crazy fantasy art, you know, trying to put together a portfolio, and that's a portfolio I trotted out to a Bally Midway. 4 interviews I had to go before I got that job, and
Wow.
every time I went, the room got bigger. The first time I talked to one, right, it's funny, you know.
More and more people showed up.
More and more people, right. The fourth one, there were probably a dozen people in a room, and it was a big long table, and I was at the front just standing like the Inquisition, and they were just firing questions at me.
Wow.
And I had my whole portfolio splayed out onto the table, and everybody's kind of picking over it, and you know, and talking to themselves like, you know, I don't know about this. I'm nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then they're like, okay, gather your crap up, get the hell out of here. Okay.
That's got to be tough.
And I got the job. So that was amazing. So one thing I was talking about before, when we were talking about spies and stuff, and you said that it was, when I first started there, I was told that there's only one industry that hires more spies than the espionage industry, and that's the gaming industry.
Oh,
what? There, yeah. Boy, games and toys hire from the CIA, and who knew?
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Knew and still do.
That's a cutthroat.
That's
a cutthroat industry.
So the gaming industry is a cutthroat industry. I mean,
yeah. So
yeah.
So I'm here. I am. I'm real young. I'm like, geez. I mean, I could have been there for a couple of weeks. You know, I'm being told all this stuff. Boy, like in that first couple of weeks, maybe the first month I was there, there was a guy that was a designer there. A real dynamic character. You know. Just this dynamic boy had a presence. You know, he'd walk through there tomorrow. Yeah, the boss is here. You know.
Yeah.
And always talking. You know, he had great ideas, and he's generating. And I thought, boy, I can't wait to work with this guy. And he bailed. And took all the files with him and went to Atari. Left on Friday.
Dang.
Bye guys, see you on Monday.
Wow.
Monday he was in California.
Wow.
With everything.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
Wow. That's insane to hear stuff like that, though, man.
What a stinkeroo that caused in the company. And I was brand new there. And so policies changed. And I
bet they did. I bet they did. Yeah.
1983, I had a card with a magnetic strip on it. They didn't. Okay, well, that didn't exist then. You know, when did you get a credit card with a magnetic strip? Probably 15, 20 years later.
Jeez.
We had them. Yeah, and that's how you got into the building. You do the thing, and you had to change the passcode every month. We got new passcodes to get in the building. It was like getting to the CIA. It really was. Working there was like going to the Pentagon.
That's crazy. That's
insane.
Those are stories like that are just like, wow, you know?
While I was there from 82 to 84, on 3 separate occasions, we had customs agents come by, stop production. They would really literally just march into the art department, you know, show the badge. Okay, everybody just push away from your desk. Gonna try and make this short and sweet. And they were looking for, are you ready for this? They were looking for information that was piggybacked on to the hard drives of the games. They were smuggling stuff, military secrets in.
Like in the coding?
Right out of a movie. I know, yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And one time they found it.
That is nuts.
Yeah. That's even nuts, right? That's super crazy.
That sounds like a movie.
Right?
Well, here's the thing. When Pac-Man was there was a mentality at Midway. I remember thinking to myself, hey, we got so much talent here. Why are you doing this? And what they would do is Pac-Man was crazy. It came out of Japan. Ergo, Japan must be the place for all the successful games. So we will go there and with big gobs of money and throw it at games. And a lot of times they bought games that were crap, just crap games, you know, or they wouldn't have enough racks to them or something, you know. Here I got a perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
This game was called Fighting Rollers.
Fighting Rollers.
Fighting Rollers.
Yeah, and yeah, it never came out.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I know you're running through your memory.
Wait,
going,
what?
That one doesn't register.
There's a good reason. Yeah, you can't register what doesn't exist.
That's very true.
That's insane.
So anyway, well, this is one of those comps that I had to do. You know, throw together a kind of like the games out on the. Well, it was one of those games where it turned out it had like 4 or 5 racks to it, and you're like, "Where's the rest of the game?" You know, and you think that probably had some shit, you know, attached to it.
I hear you.
And just recently, maybe about a year ago, talking to Doc Mack, and I showed him this, and he goes, "Oh my God!" He goes, "I own rolling."
Or Fighting Rollers.
I own Fighting. Yeah, he owns the rights. He bought it or whatever, you know. And, yeah, but we were actually talking about
that's pretty great.
Firing it back up, and I actually did some sketches of a new roller character that is, you know, far more dynamic than the one I tossed together on that. But that was just a 2-hour. You know, had to punch something up and get it the hell out of here. But that was one of those. That was one of those games that you know, had a little bit of a suspicious background to it, and maybe there was something going on there that maybe more.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know.
But I think the big red flag there is, hey, where's the rest of the game? That's like,
so crazy,
there, huh?
Customs agents,
dang,
you know, and spies, and you know, and like I said, you know, that guy just disappeared and emptied files, and oh God, what a stink that was! What a stink! And the security just, you couldn't get in the elevator. You had to have a different security code for every floor.
Are you serious?
I only saw the third floor.
Wow.
Yeah, we used to call the third floor Black Ops. Who knows who knew what the hell was going on?
Man, that's crazy. But you know, what though? That honestly though, Paul, that doesn't surprise me because we had Tom Kalinske on our show several months back. He was the former president of Sega of America, and he it's kind of funny. He's got some correlation with Mortal Kombat because when they released Mortal Kombat on the consoles, the blood version, the one that had blood, was on the Sega Genesis. And then they had Sweat for the Super Nintendo.
It had green. It was green, dude.
It was green. It was green stuff.
Green mist. Yeah. The green cloud.
But what's funny is that, you know, it doesn't surprise me that the video. I mean, it doesn't at all surprise me. Video game industry being that cutthroat and that, I guess you could say, somewhat militaristic in a sense. In the fact that, you know, having talked with Tom. And having watched several documentaries with him and many others in it, yeah, I mean, it's an industry that, you know, your friends can be your enemies just like that. And it's really crazy how that is. And, you know, like you said firsthand with, what was with Midway and the, what was the other one? Technology, Incredible Technologies. Yeah. And that whole situation, that doesn't surprise me. Cause I mean, there was a story that Tom Kalinske had told us about how he almost got into a fight at a bar. Mm-hmm. Remember that? With somebody from Nintendo? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I'm dead serious.
That was a story.
He said he almost
I'm dead believing it.
And I'm like,
I pictured it. I pictured it just like Anchorman, dude. When they all just, you know, gang up in a park. That's how I pictured it.
You ain't gonna turn up that shit. They're all gonna go at it.
Like sticking out of them.
Yeah. And so
that's how we solve things in corporate.
So honestly, that does not surprise me one bit. That you hear
Nope.
things like that in the gaming.
That was pretty intense. That was pretty intense.
I
those
mean,
console wars were intense, and I
those
wouldn't doubt it
console
if it
wars
was
were
on a
very
smaller scale with
intense.
several other people too, man. Other companies.
Oh God, yeah. Well, okay, think about how much money was being made there.
Oh,
Mhm.
lots.
And they're such cheap asses. Incredible cheap. Oh, all right. Here, I'll tell you. When I worked at Bally Midway, I think it was like 82 to 89. Here's my salary. My starting salary was 19.5 in 1982.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah, that ain't much.
No, not at all.
And it went up to a whole $1,000 in 2 years. And better yet, at first it didn't matter because we were getting overtime, and that was cool. You know, I'm making some serious money because they're working the shit out of us in overtime. And then they came to us and said, "Hey, we're offering you a contract. You're contracted now." And we're like, "Am I? Oh boy, what does that mean?" That means you get to work all the time. For this amount, and there's no more of that overtime.
No more of that overtime stuff.
That means you just sold your soul to our company.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the sound. And the thing about that too is, and I'm sure you've had your fair share of crunch while working on art and things like that, and trying to get things done. You said production had to go up because you were getting things done and being that guy, and they were like, "Oh, well, he's getting it done here, so we're gonna put that up there."
Work. Yep.
And it's crazy you mentioned that, because in the video game industry, especially even now, with companies like Rockstar Games who make Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Redemption, things like that. These big companies, you have gaming journalists who are reporting that you've got people that are living from their desks in these buildings, and they're not seeing. They're not seeing their family for like months at a time just to put out these games.
And the sad part about it,
and it's crazy, man.
When it's done, they're done. I mean, it's literally like
the passion is gone.
Done. And you're gone.
Yeah.
So it's a hard life for a freelancer. It really is. Okay. My very last game that I did as an employee at Bally Midway was this. Boy, it was a desperate Hail Mary is what it was. And for both of us, for Ballet and me, it was a Hail Mary. And here's why. The gaming industry took a big nosedive in like 1984. And here's why. They were coming out with so many games, and they were so popular that the arcades were losing money. They could not buy and that was the thing too. They was set up like you had to buy the game to put in your arcade. And at the time, the game was going. Now this is 1982 money, 1983 money. Games were going for about $2,000 a piece.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money
to have in one box that's taking up a 3x3 foot footprint in your arcade. Now I need a lot of footprints being taken up in my arcade. Right. Okay. So now they're paying a lot of money, and you see the situation. So the industry is begging the manufacturers and the designers, please come up with more affordable game or another affordable alternative or something, some way to recycle these games, or maybe add to the programming, something that makes our money go a little bit farther. You're killing us,
Right. Yep.
And what was the industry's answer to that? Dragon's Lair. Really? You invented a game that had a laser disc in it and cost $4,500.
Oh, I didn't know it cost that much. Wow.
Yeah, back in the day.
God,
can you imagine how much that is?
It had a big freaking laser disc in it, and and it it wasn't very coordinated, but it was so cutting edge. It was like nothing like that existed.
Yeah.
I remember when I showed up at the video game show, everybody was like, oh, we must do this too.
Yeah.
You know? And only to find out that technology, you know, became obsolete almost as fast as it, you know, was
showed up.
Years.
Yep.
But it turned the whole industry on its ear, and not because now all the arcade owners are going, really? What? Do you want me to pay more than double? That was your answer to my
issue.
Thanks for making it cheaper for me. Not
right.
So,
man.
So now there's a huge backlash throughout the entire industry, and Bally was feeling hard because they had just expanded. They built this huge building while I was there. They built this building, and we moved into it, and we were like I remember I was working on Professor Pac-Man and started it in one building and finished it in the other building.
Man.
Literally, I mean, I remember picking up the whole like the color separations and holding them together and walking over to the other building there and then putting it on the desk and taping it back down and continuing. You know?
That's insane.
So, yeah. So anyway,
that's crazy to me.
We nicknamed the building the house that Pac built.
I like that. I like that.
I like that.
The house that Pac built.
Yeah.
Which is true. Pac-Man built that though. So they're expanding. They're spending a ton of money. They're spewing money on games from Japan that were worthless. A lot of money was being spewed around, but not at the artists.
Yeah,
of course not.
They're never worried about us, you know. And also on employees. So every Friday, oh God, horrible! It was horrible at the end. Every Friday was Black Friday, and you know, you hear, don't you? You know, it was always the morning. Did you hear? 200 factory workers let off this morning. Jesus, no. How long before our heads are on the block?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't long. And the thing is, I was low man on the totem pole. I was the youngster in the bunch. That was the thing too. Is when I first started there, I thought, and then they brought over the pinball gods, and our art department consisted of, you know, me and Larry Daybeck and like 9 pinball gods. And I'm fresh out of school, and I got nothing. These guys all got a zillion games under their belt, and I'm thinking to myself, I am never getting a game ever. I'm going to be taking out the trash here, and that's all. That's as far as it's ever going to go.
Man.
And thank you, Jesus, for Paul Ferris, wherever you are. I love you, brother, because he believed in me, and he came by my desk, and he gave me Satan's Hollow. That was my very first game. I did all the artwork on the entire thing.
Wow.
And it was nice. It had that innovative blacklight bezel on it, and they had the F-15 grip, you know, the fighter grip, you know, and that was developed by George Gomez for Tron.
Yeah.
And then right, and I worked on Tron with him and Doug Watson. And then after that was when we did Satan's Hollow, and I didn't realize it at the time, but Paul Ferris was kind of like testing me on Tron. You know, let's see what he does. Let's see how he handles it. You know, does he come up with something? You know, is he innovative? Does he, you know, think out of the box? You know, blah blah blah. So, and I must have passed because he gave me the game. So I cannot tell you how thrilled I was. I was just like beside myself. I couldn't believe my luck. And then the reality was like, you know, bring the goods, buddy. You have to compete with the pinball gods,
the big boys. Yep.
And this is your this is your first offering out of the gate. You better be good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Right. You know, so I got lucky. You know, and then I worked hard on it, and you know, Paul was very, very encouraging.
That's
and
good.
God, I owe him everything. I really do. Just a great guy. You know, Paul Ferris. He was an art teacher, high school art teacher, and wrestling coach before.
Oh wow, that's
insane. That's cool, man.
That's
I love hearing stuff like that.
And he was just so not. Oh well, you're gonna love the rest of the story then, because he's just the nicest guy. And when all the ballet thing all ended, he went back to high school teaching art. and being a wrestling coach. And my nieces and nephews had him as their art teacher.
That's crazy.
At Lincoln Way Central here in New Lenox. Right, I live in New Lenox now. I live just down the street from them. And it's so funny. I mean, he was there. Paul Ferris, art god, was there. And
that's insane. That's
insane. Half of them, I'm sure none of them even knew. None of them even knew who he was or any of that. Yeah. I ran into him at a wedding a couple years ago.
Gotta give back to the community, man. That's cool. I love it.
I owe him. Greatly. He believed in me.
That's good. That's good.
And the game came out, and I remember at the when it did come out. I come from a very, very conservative Lutheran little farm town. There are 850 in the whole town. There are 43 in my graduate.
Oh wow!
Yeah, thank
yeah. Oh wow! Yeah.
So, like I said, very super conservative Lutheran. So the very first game I'm doing is Satan's.
Yeah, right.
I was so proud, and yet I could not. I knew. Don't.
That's hilarious.
Can't share that.
It's just gonna be
that's so damn cool. That's so damn funny.
Let's all hold hands and pray. Dear Lord, please save Paul. He's such a fucking mess. He's fallen in with the wrong group.
Oh no.
I don't know what he's doing, but it's got the word Satan in it.
Satan.
I don't like it.
Essentially, Satan. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so the game's out and it's popular and it's huge and it's doing well. Everybody loves it. And, I get hate mail. So Paul Ferris comes back, and I didn't know he got hate mail. He goes back and he's got a stack of letters, and they all going like golden boss crosses. Ooh, very nice.
Oh my god.
Ooh, 110 pounds linen, very nice paper. So throws these a pile, and he throws these on his desk, and I'm like, what's this? And he's going, hate mail. I'm thinking, he's gonna fire me. I've gotten hate mail. No, the opposite. He's going, congratulations. He said, you hit the big time. You have hate mail.
Oh, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
But it was so funny because he couldn't help himself. He had to yank my chain a little bit, and a dang laugh, like, hey, you're in trouble, buddy. You got hate mail. Oh, no!
That is hilarious, man.
He had a dick with me. I can see he was just having too damn much
fun.
Oh
yeah, absolutely.
He's grinning ear to ear. He had the greatest shit-eating grin. He was a funny.
Oh yeah.
I love Paul Ferris.
No doubt.
A great guy. So he's dicking me around with the hate mail. Oh, I wish I had those letters. I'd kill to have those letters now, man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Jerry Falwell and Jim Baker and who else? I'm trying to think of big 80s,
televangelists.
All of whom fell into some horrible scandal that was revealed later.
Imagine that.
I love those assholes. The entertainment value of that alone. You can always count on them.
Oh man, that's
really?
Good stuff.
You had a tryst with the gay cabana boy. What a surprise!
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not mentioning any names, Jerry Falwell Jr.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Paul. That is all the time we do have today for this episode. We do.
Oh boy. Okay. Well then here
much. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a flash.
Oh yeah. Let's see what else you got for us.
I worked on Midnight Marauders. That was the last game. That was the game that I was doing at the end. And then when I hit the road. Okay. I worked on Spy Hunter. Okay, we're on Spy Hunter too.
Oh, Spy Hunter.
Oh, Spy Hard, huh?
Let's go, Spy Hunter.
This was
yeah.
Game that never got anywhere. And then this is film for from Satan's house. Okay. Prototype from Tapper. Prototype
Speed
from
run.
Tapper.
Speed run.
And then when I left, my very first freelance game was Aeroboto, and I had to do this, and the art director was an asshole. Okay.
That's cool.
And I had this other one, man. It was this little promo stuff, but I never had anything. And everybody went, hey, you, come play this game. Hey, you, okay? Okay, that's it, man.
Hey, I need some. Hey, Paul, man, you got to send me some of that Chicago coffee, man. I need some.
Oh yeah, I need some of that too. Because what I'm drinking here is not as good as what you got.
Almost forgot. Yeah. Wacko. Go Wacko.
There we go.
Right,
Is that your autobiography? Wacko.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Man, that's amazing.
Which was a Brian Colin game, and which was not a Brian Colin game. Okay, he designed the characters, and they used his programming, but he never touched the damn game. And so I did all the artwork on it, but it was all his characters, and I did the artwork on it.
That's insane.
That's it. I'm done. I got nothing left. Yeah. It's just a big vacant playground from here on.
I love it. Well,
nothing left until the next time, Paul. Until the next
time.
Well, real quick, there was one thing I wanted to touch on real quick with you before we get out of here.
You'll be sorry.
You're
gonna regret that.
One of your more recent projects has been working with Premium Edition games. And
yeah,
I actually have those 2 games. Yeah, I got them.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, it's like, there's more.
And you guys can go pick up those games. You can go to premiumeditiongames.com and pick up those because Paul here has a deal with them where he's doing the art for their games. And I know
there's 3 more in the box.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Demons Tier Plus is coming out. I just finished artwork on that before I went to Trans World.
Okay.
So that should be coming up soon. And I am presently doing the pencil sketches for I can talk about it. I can't show anything, but for a Robot Named Fight.
Yeah, I'm excited about a Robot Named Fight.
Yeah, they are too.
That's a great game.
They threw a little pressure on me. This is our big one, man.
Ooh.
I'm like, it's Satan's Hollow all over again.
I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, I got to see this.
Yeah.
So let me go, damn you!
So you did the art. You didn't just do the cover art. You did the manual art too, right?
Some of it.
I think you did some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I produce the art, and what they do with it later, So I may have produced a lot of images. Sometimes they're like, well, we decided not to use that on the cover, but we use it in the manual.
Right.
And, I don't care. The check cash the same. Who cares? Do whatever you want with it.
For sure. There you
go. Use it, damn
it. But it's good to have some of your art in the form of a video game cover. I have those in my collection right now, and I want to thank them for sending those out to me to do some unboxing and stuff. And I'm looking forward to a Robot Named Fight. I actually met those developers at this little arcade expo here, right across the road from me. I met them, and I'm looking forward to getting that next. I believe that's the next game coming out is a Robot Named Fight. I'll have that to show off to people as well. What you got there in your hand, buddy? I saw you grabbing something.
Okay.
Flash something.
Yeah, that's what you got. I see. I pay attention. What you got?
One last thing. That last game, and I was busting my ass, trying to show them I'm worth keeping, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, as it turned out, that I was not. And that game was Midnight Marauders.
Marauders.
It's kind of felt. I probably never even heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of that. No.
No, you probably haven't. It was a shooting. It was like they were trying to pick up on the old arcade, shooting game.
Yeah.
It was electronic. But you had a gun and everything. So what we used to do, and I thought it was a perfect example, is we would do the artwork at half scale. Okay, and then what a lot of times we would do is we'd just run it through.
That's cool. Look at that.
Yeah, this is the actual black. We'd run it through the blueprint machine, so we had a kind of a working.
Man, that's awesome.
I just happened to have that blueprint of
That's cool.
Man, that's cool.
Side pan.
That's neat. That's super cool.
What that is. Crazy. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny how we used to do things, and it's just antique now. It's all well.
The fact that you still have some of this stuff is just amazing, Paul, because that's stuff you don't see nowadays. And to be able to look at it firsthand and be like, whoa, that's how it was done. That's what it looked like. That was the prototype. That's just it's amazing. It's awesome. Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, they threw it all away. I was the only one who kept anything. Like, okay, I'm the only one on the planet that has original Mortal Kombat anything.
Man, that's great though.
Anything. They
That's
all threw
insane.
it away.
But that's awesome. Completely amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. John Tobias is trying to get the his comps from me for free.
Oh man.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much.
Quote me on that. Screw you, John.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for taking the time once again to be with us here on the Dragoncast. Before we go, I do want to announce that Vitch and I have a giveaway we're going to do with another artist we had on the show. Her name is Beth. She's called the Chalk Girl. And if you guys see right there,
baby.
Right there on my wall, there's a Master Chief print. And that's just one of her many works that she does. I've got 3 prints that she has provided for us to give away here on the show. So go to our Instagram, and we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do 3 winners. The first winner gets to choose whatever one of the 3 that we've got. And I'll put those prints up on our Instagram.
Yes.
So you guys can see that. We're going to do 3 winners. The first place gets to choose one of the 3. Second place gets to choose one of the 2. And third place, you just get the leftovers. So
whatever's left over.
But we're going to do 3 winners there. And we really appreciate Beth providing those prints for us to give.
Yes, thank you, Beth.
And
thank you, Beth. Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. But yeah, I'm loving this Master Chief I picked up from her. It's beautiful.
They're amazing. Amazing.
With she makes I don't know if you've seen her, Paul, but man, she makes full scale art out of chalk. She has these giant easels.
Yeah,
everything
amazing.
She makes is straight up out of chalk, man. It's impressive.
I'll check her out for sure.
You gotta check her out.
Send me a link.
I will.
Put the link. We'll have the link We'll have the link to the our Instagram.
We'll
go ahead.
Instagram also. Absolutely. But we'll be doing that giveaway, and that giveaway will probably be running for about 2 weeks, and then we'll announce the winners on the show here.
Yeah, we'll also have more details of the contest on our Instagram post. That way we can iron out all of the details there.
Absolutely. So you guys can go check that out and win yourself some art. I love giving away art. So, yeah. But thank you so much, Paul. And I hope now, with everything getting back to being better and somewhat back to normal, we can get together sometime. Because I gotta have you autograph my games, man.
We're doing some shows. Some of the shows are opening up. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I just put this together yesterday. It hasn't been confirmed yet. So I think I'm going to be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, June 19th to the 20th, along with Carrie Ann and Leah and Richard DeVizio and John Turk. So we're putting together a thing called Mortal Kombat Comeback.
Oof,
that's
kind of cleverish.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I'm hoping to get that booking will be confirmed. I am confirmed. I will be in Austin, Texas, July 24th and 25th for a convention down there. So if you're in that area at the end of July, come out and see me. I'm hoping more shows will be solidifying. I've got the feelers out there for a number of them. Hopefully announce more, but those 2 seem to be. I'm really looking forward to doing the shows again. I miss seeing the fans.
Oh man. Well, the fans miss you,
I'm sure
the fans miss you, and they want to meet you, and and for the work you've done on like I said, it's got to be one of the most iconic fighting video games ever made. And I hope to run into you into a show and have a drink with you and us hang out, and it'd be great to meet you, man. I'm
That's okay. I mean, I'm chopped liver, dude. You know, you don't want to have a drink.
Yeah,
with
nobody
me.
wants to hang out with Victor, man.
I'll buy. I don't care. I just like to drink. I
don't care. And then hopefully Victor and I can do our show in person at some point.
Yes,
that would be awesome.
We would
love
that.
That's the goal, and I'm hoping that things start to really fall in place so that we can actually make that happen now.
Yeah, man.
So we're
no
that's the goal.
That's the goal, baby. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, come hell or high water, man. But thank you, Paul, so much for being on the show. And you're more than welcome to always be a recurring guest on here. We love having you on. It is always a fun time.
Yes,
having Paul on the show, and thank you for taking time out to come on here, and thank all of you for watching our show. We've been doing, and we were at like 60 some odd episodes now. I can't believe that. It's insane. And thank you guys for for hanging out with us here today. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on, whether it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on Anchor FM now as well. And then and of course, these video episodes where we have a guest will always be on YouTube. And we do appreciate you. And please leave some kind words for Paul in the comment section below. Or if you don't want to leave kind words for Paul, leave them in the comment section below.
We'll read them. We'll read them anyways.
Yeah, we'll read them all anyways. But I think what he's trying to say is he misses the hate mail.
That fan interaction.
He misses the hate mail. So give him some of that digital hate mail. Really.
That's it.
He wants those letters, guys. He wants those letters.
We filtered it out. He's such a sensitive soul.
Anyway,
good stuff.
But thank you guys so much. And until next time, we'll see you guys.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy. We'll
Later.
see you.